Hey guys, my name is KJOS and I have been using the Google Pixel 6 Pro for the last 4 days, and I must say it's been a different experience so far. Now in this video, I'm just going to be giving my first impressions of what I've noticed, but full disclosure, even though Google did send me this phone because I am part of Team Pixel, I'm going to tell it as it is. I'm going to give my honest thoughts on what I think about the phone. And if you love videos like this, you should please consider subscribing to the channel, as I will also be releasing my full review of the Pixel 6 Pro sometime next week, as well as comparing it with other flagship phones like the iPhone 13s and so many others. Also, please give this video a thumbs up, as this helps the video reach a wider audience. Now, without taking too much of your time, let's get this party started. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when you first take the phone out of the box and hold it, it feels very premium in your hand, especially when you compare it to the Pixel 5 or the Pixel 5a. Google went all out with its hardware this year. Now, at first, I really didn't dig it, I really didn't like it, but eventually I started warming up to it and I understood why they made this design. They wanted to be very identifiable than other Android phones that are out there, because right now, nobody has this horizontal camera bump at the back of their phones. Nevertheless, even though it is premium, it is also very slippery due to its large frame and very glossy back. The case Google also provided has done an excellent job in making it a lot easier to carry. On the sides, you have the power button and the volume buttons. The power button does not have a different color like the previous models do, but I'm not exactly bothered about it. Now, what I'm bothered about is the height. So you see, when I unboxed this on camera, I kept holding the volume button thinking it was the power button. Legit, I thought I had a defective unit, but at last I just had to move my finger a few more inches up. Now, this may be me being nitpicky, but eventually I got used to it after a couple of days. Now the rear fingerprint scanner is removed. Google added an in-display fingerprint reader, which I honestly wanted. It was a long time coming and it was only right Google added it. But there is always a but. Now the fingerprint reader is kind of slow to me. It takes like a second or half a second for it to unlock. Now it may not look or feel like a big deal, but you need to experience this to get an idea of what I'm talking about. It is also not as responsive as I thought it would be. It does take a few tries with concentration to get it open. Now, I watched another creator, Digital Slank, on his thoughts about a fingerprint reader. He said he had to double his thumb to make it work quicker. Now, I'll update you guys in a full review, so make sure you're subscribed. But it might just get better with a few software updates. Now, display on this is great. It's top-notch quality so far. It's a curved 1440p LTPO AMOLED display with HDR10+, that is protected by Gorilla Glass Victus. Now, this may be strong, but it can still break. It also has a 120Hz refresh rate and it's stupid fast. The 120Hz feels great to use, and it makes the phone feel snappy as intended and makes scrolling a bit more relaxing to me. Performance has been pretty dope so far. Everything feels snappy without any lags. I mean, it does happen with phones when they're new, so I'm curious to know how this will be in about 6 months to a year. Nevertheless, I am enjoying my time and performance with the Pixel 6 Pro. On the other hand, I have not liked the brightness on the Pixel 6 Pro so far, especially when you're outside. At max brightness, it reaches about 500 nits, and that's not a lot, especially when you compare it to its competition like the Galaxy S21 Ultra that has about 942 nits at max brightness. So if you're outside, you will have visibility issues. Now, it's not bad, don't get me wrong, it's not bad at all, but for flagship quality like the Pixel 6 Pro, it could have been better. Now, watching videos or watching movies on the Pixel 6 Pro is really good because that 6.7-inch screen gives you a lot of real estate. Now, it does have bezels on the side, but they are not glaring enough to be a distraction. So, I'm not really a fan of curved screens, but I wish it was like the Pixel 6, but so far, I've gotten used to it. With the tall display, the 120Hz refresh rate, and the new Tensor chip, Google slapped a 5,000 mAh of battery on the Pixel 6 Pro. Now, on paper, this is a dream come true because as a heavy user, this is a day phone or maybe even a day and a half, especially since it has more battery than the iPhone 13 Pro. Well, the battery life, or my experience with the battery life on the Pixel 6 Pro has been very average. Now, before you come for me, this is my experience and my experience alone, because I have spoken with other creators and the results are varying more or less. Some get more, some get less. But for me, I got 4 to 6 hours of screen on time. And at this point, I don't even know if screen on time is a good indication of battery life. Now, I wake up every day by 7 a.m. and by 2 or 3 p.m. I need to charge my phone all over again. Some feel 6 hours of screen on time is great. Maybe they're even right. Maybe I had high expectations with the 5,000 mAh battery that they put in it, but still, with the Tensor chip, battery optimization should be better than this. Then again, I guess I have to wait for my adaptive battery to kick in. Today will make it day 4 as of the time of this recording, so hopefully it starts to produce better battery life. Charging the Pixel 6 Pro on the regular 18-watt chargers takes about 2 hours to a full charge. In 30 minutes, your battery is going to get to about 35% and 70% after an hour or so. Like I said, if the Pixel 6 Pro has a fast charging feature, why not just give us in the box? First of all, I just want to say that I have had so much fun capturing moments with my friends with the Pixel 6 Pro in the last 4 days. And after 4 years since the Pixel 2, they have finally upgraded their sensors on the Pixel 6 Pro. Here we have a 50 megapixel wide-angle lens, a 48 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 12 megapixel ultra-wide lens. On the front-facing camera is an 11.1 megapixel lens. They have also upgraded their video quality to shoot at 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second. We all know the Pixel phones are known for their cameras, and they haven't disappointed yet. The primary wide-angle lens lets in enough light when taking pictures, and they come out looking pretty good. Contrast and color accuracy are accurate, although sometimes it does sharpen the image a bit too much and it can look unrealistic. The majority of your shots will definitely bang without a hitch. It is still the best point and shoot camera without focusing or editing within the viewfinder before taking any picture. The ultra-wide lens has been a bit of fun, to be honest, maybe because of the new phone syndrome or because I have been going out in groups a lot lately, but I have been using it a lot. It is an improvement from the previous iterations. Still, they come out looking pretty good in daytime shots, a bit washed in color, but quite sharp even when cropped. Night mode is my favorite mode. I love how I can flex this phone at light with no flash and it will still have better quality than the iPhone 13. Now, most of the night shots came out pretty good with accurate colors, but I agree that it makes night shots look like daytime, but isn't exactly drastic as some may make it seem. Low-key, I do like my photos like that anyway. Video, on the other hand, is a significant improvement from the previous devices. Now, I haven't used it a lot, but so far it's a big step up. It shoots 4K at 30 and 60 frames per second and only 4K at 30 frames on the front-facing camera. My first impressions of the Pixel 6 Pro has been great so far. I also did not talk about Android 12 because I'm going to save that for my full review and see if Google will send an update to fix the bugs within the phone before I even talk about it. But so far, the last 4 days with the Pixel 6 Pro has been great, and I will keep testing and informing you guys as time goes by. Thank you guys for watching, and if you haven't subscribed, you should please consider subscribing and also like this video as this reaches a wider audience and it helps me grow. My name is KJOS, and I will catch you very, very soon in the next one where we talk all things tech.